Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Stephen Tries podcast. Today I'm joined by Tom Cooney.
Hey.
Hello.
Max Smith.
Hello there.
David Reese.
Hey.
And producer Joe, who you might not be able to hear. We don't know.
He's waving.
So this is the post-corona. Well, it's not post-corona. Corona is very much alive, unlike
Right
our
in the thick of it.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're doing this via various technologies,
And it's going really smoothly.
really smoothly,
Very.
guys. So today's topic is university, which is great. We did do this last week, and it was just confusing. Various characters came into it, and and they have since died of the corona. We're in lockdown, so guys, I'll go to Dave first. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Just been chilling. Been happy. Keeping
Yeah,
alive.
smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Have you had some today,
no
mate?
idea. No, not today.
Has it still been easy to get hold of?
No, you have to send by Raven.
Ah, fair play.
Fly, my pretty, fly.
Dave, what did you panic buy?
What did I panic by?
Fucking weed,
I Funnily enough, candles.
Really?
But you can't have...
Why do you seem surprised by that? Did you just see that all the other shelves were going empty and you grabbed whatever you could? I'm not fucking leaving with nothing.
Well, no, I didn't want the house smelling of Corona like shit, so...
Of course.
You were masking the smell of something, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly. My mum's watching. No, and then I bought some load of canned food.
Yeah?
Like soups, meatballs.
Oh, lovely.
Tastes like shit. And I just bought a load of games as well. Toilet roll, because apparently that's the new thing.
Yeah?
What else have I got?
These are so in right now.
I can't get enough of them.
And some cleaning products, because you can't go wrong.
Well done, Dave. Dave.
You can, Dave. Don't wash with bleach.
Dave, what's your quarantine meal that you go to?
Quarantine meal. So far, it's just been biscuits. But can't be asked to cook.
Fair play.
No, soup's been out on the top list with bread.
Our survey says.
Yeah,
So,
a load of bread and soup.
Are you locked in lockdown away from your family and the lovely Jenna?
Yes, unfortunately so. I'm going to try and go back next week, seeing what the situation is.
Keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Seeing what the driving stitch is, but hopefully
Yeah.
I'll get pulled over. But yeah.
We've actually got Boris on the other line and he's fuming.
Especially with all that weed up your arm. Max, you've mentioned in the past this is your dream of being locked inside, just on your PlayStation. Is it everything you wished it would be?
Yep. You see people complaining all the time, and it's like we live in the age of entertainment. Chuck on a
Here's them
Stephen
complaining
Tries
as well.
podcast. Or something a bit more fun. Yeah, I'm having a whale of a time.
Literally.
Been playing
No, he's been playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Sponsor.
Max, what's your quarantine meal?
My my quarantine bulk buy was chicken breast, so it's just been chicken, rice, stir fry stuff. You know, it's just
lovely.
That doesn't sound too bad, to be fair.
No.
The usual.
What else have you been eating? Because you said you've put on 2 stone.
a lot of bread, far too much bread. You go into the it's basically you go into the supermarket and you see that everyone else is buying bread, so you think, I've got to get a piece of that. You end up buying the 3 that they allow you, and then going through it all because it goes.
Almost seems like it's out of your hands, Max.
Exactly. There is a greater power at work here.
Cut the crust.
Don't even like bread.
Right? And you can save them for another time.
Save
What's
the
that,
crust.
Dave?
What's for dinner, Mum? Oh, the fucking crust that we got from last week.
Sorry.
Dave's playing Jenga with crusts.
If you're bored, just you can use crust, like if you're making soup and you're making a sandwich, you just cut the crust off.
Soup.
And then when it comes to it, put them in a bag. By the time you saved them all up, you've got a bag full of crusts, and then you can dip them in your soup.
Do you freeze them or do you just keep them out? In a bag, in a room temperature bag?
You sound like an orphan from the 1600s, you know. I've got me soup, I've got me bread, that's all I need.
I've got me bag full of crusts.
I don't think this is the amazing life hack that you think it is, Dave.
Please, sir, may I have some more
I've
crust?
invented something out.
Fucking hell.
Got all the crusts off. Quarantine 1.
Because me and Tom are quarantined together.
Yep.
You lucky boy. Jackpot.
What's that been like?
It's been challenging.
Who's going to kill who first?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we're both quarantined with our girlfriends, so I don't think it's. Well,
It'll probably kill them.
Yeah. I think you need to have a focus. Sorry, Dave.
So you're not with Devon or Zoe?
No, we are. There's 4 of us.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes, girlfriends.
You
Girlfriends.
You two.
Yeah, because our girlfriends have come here and stayed. They don't just keep coming and spreading their disease forward and backwards.
Isn't it? No. Isn't it fiance, Tom? Wow.
Oh, we've
That's
here.
awkward. Wow.
Yeah,
Someone's
same
been
difference.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
Tom wants to keep himself loose for all these podcast groupies that we get.
I've been replying on all these put into the max emails.
Just shag Tom. Oh dear.
A good dick would be alright.
Email us your problem, you'll get a dick pic.
What I heard was a lot of people have been having weird dreams since being in lockdown. Have any of you had just a weird dream, or have you experienced?
Woke up in a pile of sweat.
Was it your sweat, Dave?
Just someone standing over me.
I've run out of crust.
No, I do know what they mean though, because we're I forgot what I was going to say.
Sweaty
Podcast
dreams.
101.
Sweaty dreams,
I think-
dreams, that's it. I'm being
Yeah, I think I have been.
That Eurythmics song, "Sweat Dreams Are Made of This." I don't know what that was.
Is this the new craze? What's everyone else?
What,
Has
sweating?
anyone had weird dreams?
No, I've definitely had weird dreams. I don't really remember them as such. I just know I've been waking up shaken to my core on a daily basis. Yeah. I had a dream about my family last night and I realised I missed them.
No.
Yeah. So,
Loser.
yeah.
Get him.
Why don't you go on a fucking podcast with them, Tom?
Oh, fuck off!
Oh, Mummy, I miss you so much. Yeah. I just want to feel your warm embrace, Mother.
Keep going, Max.
Okay.
Too much fun.
I love this character.
Max,
Hello there.
we obviously discussed Dave's panic buys. What was your first thought? You know,
What about
are
Dave's
you gonna
panic
get?
buys? Oh, I just got chicken and rice. Do you know what? Before this whole thing even started, I usually buy the big 30 pack of toilet rolls anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, toilet roll, I'm sorted for, baby, unless I have a horrible
That's a weekly shop with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
pretty much. Man's got loose bowels. Nothing else. That was it, really. Just a few games to get me through.
What have you gone for?
Doom, obviously.
Gone for any board games?
These times.
Just really long games. You know, something that will keep my mind off the horrifying situation that we're all going through right now.
Dicing with death, obviously, by having your girlfriend round, back and forth.
Oh, she stayed. Locked up.
What about you? Have you been panic buying?
Well,
I've not really noticed.
I was in the shop the other day and I bought a Mother Rice, a protein bar, and some sort of CBD drink. And the shopping assistant went, "Oh, is this your essential shop for the day? Is it?" Walked off with my head down.
See, no, because I went to the shop with you, and I just went for a browse, to be honest. And I left. I went there with went to the till with like a few, it's like a little tiny bag of the loose pasta.
Yeah.
Less than a serving that was left. A Ben and Jerry's ice cream and some cookies, and I just felt so guilty. I had intended to buy more, but there there was nothing there.
And one Heat magazine.
That will see me through.
University, Dave. You're in your third year. What's happened?
What's happened?
Have you finished?
Well, no. I thought we had, but they're giving us like these options that we've got to do, and they're shit. So we've got to do them now.
What are the options?
But we don't know when we're graduating. I don't know if we're even graduating this year.
Welcome to my world, friend.
No, it's a very
Max, it's not your.
Yeah, it's all gone up shit creek. Not in a good way.
So you're not getting any sort of a leeway on your exams, like.
Sorry, one question. What is going up shit creek in a good way?
Not in a good way. Oh.
So no, ain't no, we're a prostitute, I suppose.
He'll cut that.
That's Quarantine with Dave. Another hack there. Is your mum still watching, Dave?
Oh, just like his father.
Just like his father. Bless her. She means well.
The prostitute.
No.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, your options, because you're on a performance course.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to do like a little routine over your webcam?
Yeah, literally, this is it. I've got to do a monologue to this.
Can you do it for us now?
I don't have one. But no, this is it. And we're getting the same grade for doing something like this compared to making a film. How ridiculous
Wow.
is that?
It is. It's
It
so
just shows it's all
makeshift.
meaningless, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sort of uni. Have a word with yourself.
They will.
That told them.
They will. Dave, you're
about
on the
you?
comedy course. Oh, sorry.
Oh, God. I don't know. God.
You're on the comedy course.
Yeah.
Nearly
yeah,
finished it. What's your
Yeah.
plans for when you're done?
Well, me and James, James Ormrod, you may know him. Me and him are going to start our own YouTube.
Never heard of him.
And and then go from there. Hopefully.
Dave,
Yeah.
what's your channel called again?
Oh yeah, not the Francos. Check it out.
And why, sir?
Oh, because my name's David and James is David Franco, and we're not them.
Have you had a lot of business opportunities where people have mistaken you for the Francos? For the last time, we are not them.
Also, that channel title could, be for anyone who aren't James and Dave Franco.
The Francos. Yeah, exactly. That's what we wanted. It was like, who would create a channel, and what would they call it? I know. We're not the Francos. Just saying it that.
Perfect. A little clap there for Dave.
Thank you.
Chase those dreams.
But manage expectations.
Now, Dave, you probably look at me, Tom and Max, and think, these kids are cool. Were they always this cool? Well, I remember when I was in Salford Uni many moons ago, and I first met Max and Tom. I thought, what the fuck have I met? Mainly with Max.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
Because Max was the smartest dressed on our course by quite some distance.
And nothing's changed there.
Quite literally, he was wearing this grey. No. But he was associating with this weird lad with a padlock, a massive bike chain around his neck and a padlock. And I saw him walking down the street, and I thought, "Oh Christ, who are these two?" So I avoided Max for the first year. He was just he was known as Padlock Boys, little gimp in my eyes. Yeah, the owner of the key.
That was just chastity belt.
Yeah. And then with Tom, I was heading into a lecture, and I think Tom had a wig and top on, with Victor Moses on the back.
Yeah.
So I
was so cool.
Whipped up my Wigan Athletic patter to 10, and just spoke about Victor Moses. But I thought Tom was gay at first because of your hoop deal.
Yeah, a few people thought I was gay. I was surprised to learn.
Still do, to be fair.
Max, what was your first impression of me and Smith? Me and Tom.
Me and myself. My first impression of Tom was just absolute fury and outrage. We were doing that stupid sit in a circle thing and talk to each. Hi, I'm Max.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
And Tom was the only one that had a chair. So I remember speaking to our course leader and said, "Oh, can I grab a chair, please?" And she went, "You had your time, you had your chance. No, sit on the floor." And Tom's first thing to do was just laugh at me. Obviously, since then we've had a bitter rivalry.
So Tom looked down on you laughing.
Literally, yeah. I don't sit well on the floor either. I can't cross my legs or.
That's what I was laughing at, mate. You're all over the place. Squirming all over the place. Yeah.
So
an octopus out of water.
That padlock guy as well, because I already did a course in Southampton, which was awful. So I came up here and I was like, right, this is my last chance. If this uni doesn't go well, I'm going to quit forever and just live in my dad's shed. So I get there, I'm waiting outside the room for the first class, and this gimp with a fucking padlock around his neck comes up to me. And I'm like, "Oh, what course are you on?" He's like, "Oh, the comedy course." And my heart sank, it was like, fuck, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I decided to spend some time with him, see if he was an alright guy, because obviously I thought I'd be spending the next 3 years with him. And yeah, that was awful. Then when I realised he wasn't on the comedy course and lied for some reason, then Tom Cooney pulled that fucking trick with the chair.
Yeah.
So,
Tough time.
Yeah, but it was too late, wasn't it? Your first impression had already been made.
I had this 40-year-old in my course.
Was it a teacher?
No, he's a student. I mean, nothing wrong with being 40 and learning, because you're never too young to learn. But
Or old.
Yeah, but never too
You can't be too young to learn.
Yeah, we had a baby on us.
A woman came in the room, gave birth, and the baby stayed.
It's your problem now. Very talented, though.
Yeah.
Got a first.
He was just odd. He was an oddball with. He was a nice lad.
I feel like every course has
everyone's like, he's grooming you. But I was like, nah, I just like 3 pints.
Oh, Dave, you were being groomed. That's no doubt about it.
The end.
Yeah.
Surely you can be too old to be groomed.
What did he look like, Dave?
He had this black and grey stripy jumper on.
He had a face, right? Nah. I can't explain him. Imagine Thomas the Tank and Chin, but a human and weird.
What?
Right, okay. So that's nothing to go off, right? Fair enough.
Did he sound like Ringo Starr?
No, he was Southern. He was a Southerner.
Right. No, because we had a 40-year-old that applied to get on our course. He was in my audition, but never saw him again. to be fair, when we were leaving the audition to like all in a crowd together, he tripped at the top of the stairs and fell down. And I never saw him again. Yeah, so I wondered if maybe he just kind of waited out 3 years and gone back.
Got in there.
Yeah.
Just with knee pads on, holding the handrail.
Shaking. Hold it together, man.
So, what have I got here? Oh, freshers.
Yeah.
Freshers. Dave, what did you do for freshers? What was your approach?
So, going out, getting smashed, that wasn't really up my street. I did do it, I just didn't do it as much as I wanted to. But again...
sorry, it wasn't my thing, but I didn't do it as much as I wanted.
So in the week, how many days did you go out?
During Freshers Week, I'd have said about 3 or 4, maybe.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
that's alright.
First Freshers
Par.
Week. First Freshers Week. But all my flatmates, they love a party, so they were all out all the time. So, but it didn't bother me. I was
You can't say going out and getting pissed isn't your thing, and then allow yourself to be groomed by a 40-year-old who's giving you beers.
Not going to the
Can and I will.
I've made my
going
bed,
to a
I'm gonna
night
lie
out
on
to a club, I'm not about that. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Nice pub
Max?
drink, that'd sort me out.
Max, what did you do in freshers? What did you and Padlock Boy get up to?
I unlocked it finally. We had a great night. I don't think I did freshers because
Really?
where I lived, I don't think did I.
I didn't see you.
Yeah, because where I lived in Irwell, we just had parties there all the time. So I just drink there all the time.
Yeah, true.
I don't think I went to a club.
But then people did go out, didn't they?
Not always.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Some people did, but the group I was with didn't. Not until later in the year. Sorry, that's what was interesting, isn't it? Oh, mate, I went out and got drunk fucking rotten, mate. Blacked out every fucking night, lad.
What about you? Tom and Steve?
Well, I'd never really been out before, up until freshers. So the first day I get there on the Sunday, my flatmates go, "Oh, first night of freshers, are we going out?" I was like, "Oh, what?" I'd lined up a couple of episodes of Bake Off and iPlayer. You know, I was ready for a good evening. And then, so I panicked thinking, what do you wear to a night out? I think it was in factory. So I wore blue jeans, a long navy shirt.
Oh no!
And black shoes. The long coat. I was dressed for a job interview.
Oh my god! Oh, you're one of them.
People were coming up to me saying, "Sorry, mate, do you know where the toilets are?" I looked about 16 at a push, and I was just stood there. I think one girl danced upon me, and I was just frightened. So scared.
The black shoes are really tragic.
Oh, I looked awful. I looked like I'd gone to a funeral last minute. Oh, it was terrible.
Well, I got in through clearing, so I applied to accommodation really late. So I was so when I got into my accommodation, it was just me and some there's 2 people there that didn't come out of the rooms. So I had to post online on the Castle Irwell group to see if anyone was going out and pre-drinking and stuff. So my freshers, I went out with...
this is where Looney Cooney came from, isn't it?
Yeah. At the time, I did have red hair and an eyebrow piercing. Yeah, well, it was kind of purple. But, yeah, so I went out with different people for the first 3 nights. I barely remember who they were. Yeah, so... No, not at all. I did. Another guy turned up towards the end of the week who I'm still friends with now.
Yeah.
And fortunately, he kind of salvaged the week for me. I don't know if I bumped into you at any point, Max, during that week. I don't think I did.
I don't think so. I didn't go out.
No,
Did
no,
you
fair enough.
do the wristband things where you can sign up and get the wristband and go out all to different pubs?
Oh, I didn't.
No.
No.
On the first one I went to be fair, I didn't have a wristband and you needed one to get in, so I just blagged one at the door and I got a wristband for the week.
Well done.
Sort us out. Yeah. Did you ever go to your SU?
Yeah. I liked the SU.
As soon as you say SU, I think of this caped character coming in and trying to do a story.
Trying.
Oh, what a waste of time that was.
But being thwarted every time. Max, will you tell
It's
us
almost like you had no material.
It's not even that. That wasn't even the issue. So, Tom, a good friend of ours, Tom McManus, he said to me...
Please don't speak for us.
Fair. Good point. He asked if I could do a stand-up thing for the Salford Uni president election thing. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I went as...
Mate, you weren't that calm. This is the biggest night of the political career for these students.
Yeah, their political career.
This has been streamed online to literally tens of people.
So
Tens of people.
I came up with a sweet character, Gargamel. It was going to tell some stories. So I get up there and I say, "Hi, I'm Gargamel. How whatever, blah blah blah."
Random applause instantly.
Yeah. Everyone knew who I was.
Rapturous applause.
What a wacky name.
And the mic just kept dropping. So it was like, "Hi, Gargamel," that sort of shit. So I was fuming. So I was like, I'm not doing this. So I storm off. I take everything off.
Still in character. You'll rue this day.
I'm about to leave in a big strop. 'Cause this was my moment. There were agents in the crowd. And
It was a diverse place.
As I'm about to leave, they go, "Please welcome to the stage, Max Smith," which first of all annoyed me because I was leaving. Also, the fact that they put my name to that load of shit.
I know, we had no idea. What?
Is it Max Smith?
It's like it's the scene in The Wizard of Oz where
Well, I never.
So I go to the stage and do it again. The mic drops again, and at that point I was just like, I'm done. I can't be doing this shit. What they should have treated me with the goddamn respect Gargamel deserves.
At least you the mic drops. That sounds cooler. Like Eminem in 8 Mile.
Yeah, exactly. But that was just tragic. The student elections were a load of wank anyway, because I don't know if it happened to you, but there was a girl that was running who eventually won. But she
is that why it was
kept going
wank?
to everyone's houses. No.
She what?
Continue.
I've clearly not finished what I was saying yet. She just went around with a little posse, just forcing people to sign up to her. It was.
She went round with her little foot. Bye.
Entourage. I'm definitely signing.
To everyone's house except mine. The bitch.
I ran with my dick out and nobody voted for me.
He waddled with his dick. Should we move on to Stephen Lies? So, Stephen Lies. Dave, you are our resident detective.
Yeah.
And also, you weren't in our year at uni, so this plays into our hands beautifully. We'll tell you 3 short stories, then you delve into them and deduce whether we're truthing or lying. Shall I go first?
Yeah.
Go on.
At the start of 3rd year, I had to become an estate agent. That's it.
Start of 3rd year, did you say?
That's unbelievable.
Right, go on, Tom.
In first year, the end of first year, I broke my ankle playing football.
True.
And the next morning, had to do my final physical comedy performance. Yeah, drugged up to the max.
Hey.
Okay.
Halfway through first.
Drugged up to the max is a future segment.
Halfway through first year, I defecated myself.
Do you mean shit?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Trying to make it classy.
Okay, so Steve, why did you
Yeah.
become a real estate agent?
Well, I was ironically a fake estate agent. There's the preview clip for the podcast. So I was in Eddie Coleman, who was a lovely guy, and Eddie put me onto a job in estate agent. So the builder was called Eddie Coleman, and I was in the first week of third year, and I hated it. And I was staying on Tom's couch, and I was like, I can't keep on doing this. So I put the flat up for rent on all these websites, and then I had a Spanish guy come round, and he took an interest in the flat, but I knew very little about the roommates.
Right. So you could tell
And then a week later, a guy came along and he just loved what I'd done with the place. And he took it off my hands.
Okay. And did you sell it? Oh yeah, you said it.
I didn't make a profit on it. I just
I
passed
still
on
live
the
there to this day.
And then what happened after that? Where did you live after that?
I went home to St.
Oh
Helens
yeah, I remember you
and
saying
commuted.
about that.
Fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then Tom.
Yeah.
How did you playing football and you broke your ankle? You say.
This is true.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So how did it come about? What did you do? I mean, obviously football, but
Yeah, I did just a tackle. Got to the ball first, knocked it away. Took the impact of the tackle on my ankle, and kind of just caught between the floor and the other person, and just completely fucked it.
Yeah. Okay. And did you perform the next day, the physical comedy?
I certainly did. Yes. Sorry.
And how did you do?
Battery. I got a first, but it was that night I had to cut my sock off. My ankle would swollen that much.
Swollen that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just had to took some painkillers and drank some rum. And did the performance, physical performance. Yeah. So I was jumping all over the place.
Hats off to you. Okay then, Matt.
Thank you.
So, why did you defecate?
Why did you?
He was trying to suck himself off.
I wanted to show them. You'll rue the day.
That was pretty much it, yeah. Enough said.
Gargamel storms off again.
I had a...
Think you can humiliate Matt Smith? Well, I'll show you.
The protest in the political party.
Just in your room on your own.
Brilliant enough, yes. I was in my room on my own. So luckily no witnesses until I decided to get on the podcast. I had a bargain bucket from a place called Central Chicken.
Didn't they get a 0 health rating? And when you found out about this, you continued to go there.
I was poor and hungry, and anyway, so I had some of that. and I thought it was a fart. It wasn't.
Safe one.
And yeah, explosion.
We've all done them. We've all done
Exactly.
Explosion.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Like lava.
To be fair, it probably would have gotten a better health review than the actual Central Chicken place, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Grim.
Okay. I'm gonna say Steve's is true, Tom's is a lie, and Max is true. Yes.
Well, Dave, they were all true.
No. Why did you think Tom hurting himself was a lie?
Damn it! I haven't said at the start.
It was.
It all be true.
It was actually. It was actually Stephen and Max combined that broke my ankle. Funnily enough, yeah. The one time Max played football with us, he was in net, and the ball had kind of had run towards the goalkeeper, and I was attacking it. Stephen was defending, and Max was in net. And both of them kind of ran towards the ball, and I kind of just nipped there before both of them. And where my foot, obviously, they both impacted my foot against the floor.
Actually, Tom, ironically, I was attacking.
Yeah. Never been the same since. I need surgery now. Yeah.
Oh, cry me a river. I learned that day never to do sports again.
Yeah.
With my estate agent one, the guy who, because I didn't know my flatmates, I had 3 of them. One I'd never seen in the whole week I'd been there. So this lad came round, and he looked a little bit simple, bless him. And he liked the room, and he was from Blackpool. And then I did the first 2 rooms, and I was like, yeah, he lives there. And then and all I knew about the last guy was he was from the Philippines. So Phil lives in there. He's a lovely guy. And he was like, I'll take it. For all I knew, him and Phil hit it off.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I felt guilty for a little while after that.
I did visit the flat once, and it was truly depressing.
Yeah.
Mainly because of how depressed you were. just being in there with you. Edging towards the door.
Because I didn't like anyone I lived with.
Right.
Because I just didn't know them. They were like first years. And it was just a shit building as well.
Things when we were in Castle Irwell, there was 2 halves to it. There was flats and houses. Like the flats were still a bit grim,
a bit like Bloods and Crips.
Yeah, but no, the houses were like I think it was like 12 people in a house. It was so crammed. It was awful, and I think they've got found to like have asbestos in there or something. But yeah, at the time, that's the houses what Max was in. It was the cheapest accommodation in the country at like 60 quid a week or something.
Jesus Christ.
It was mad,
yeah. Mine was well expensive.
More money for Central Chicken, though.
100 odd.
I paid in other ways.
I think it depends, like, with the 11 people to a house. I enjoyed it because the 11 people I was living with were good, but there were some houses that would have been fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I started with 8 and then went to 10 and then gone down to 5.
Like a murder mystery.
There's a riddle.
The couple upstairs are twins.
Yeah, no, I started living with 8 and then we moved into a house of 10, which was insane. But same as you, Matt. Everyone got on with everyone, so people asked.
Dave.
Yeah.
Could we please have my favourite segment, Dave Raves?
Hi, Max.
Of course we can. So, on today's agenda is uni. What I hate about uni. So, thank you. Tuition fees.
Oh,
am I right?
No.
Oh.
We'll see. Continue.
What's the point? Right, I'm paying all this money to learn. I just want to learn. I don't want to pay.
Especially.
Have you just panicked and just come up with this right now?
especially in your year, because you're not even going to be in for the last 3 months or whatever. It is a piss take.
I need to get at least some compensation or whatever the word is. You know, where they get money.
You were right there.
Hmm.
Especially based on the fact you can't get to say compensation.
And they're going up every year. Because how much was yours? Was yours expensive?
Ours was. We were the first year to get
£9,000. Yeah.
£9,000.
And the cap's off them now, I think.
Yeah, before that was 3. Yeah. And then before that it was like £1,000.
Yeah.
See, mine's now 9,250, I think.
Why do you keep?
It's like a Freddo. They put it on 5p every year, but not 5p. £250.
Yeah, you either run that Freddo or the comedy course.
Dave, how much would you charge a year?
If I personally, I reckon £1,000 is enough to pay some teachers off.
To pay them off.
In fact, actually, where does that money go? Doesn't the tax pay the teachers?
No, the uni. So I don't know, Dave.
I don't get it.
It's a confusing one, but they definitely don't need 9,000.
Exactly. No need for it.
The thing is, as well, is that we're paying the same as people that are doing robotics and actual crazy courses that are taking places.
Nurses,
wow.
Right?
Sorry, Max. How many famous? Sorry, Dave. Well, nurses. Yeah, nurses should get some sort of big bursary to do theirs.
Exactly. Yeah. One of my friends.
I would argue that comedians are more important, but yeah.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Exactly. That's what they always say.
When you hear the courses nurses have to do compared to what we did, we would be in 6 hours a week. And then one of my homeworks was to watch Price Drop TV once. I barely did that. Whereas nurses, they have to do like a full-time job for a year and they don't get paid.
Yeah,
that's just
ridiculous.
Whilst we're dancing with our shoes and socks off.
and I cried to my dad during that lesson halfway through. I can't do it anymore.
Do you remember? I mean, obviously, I'm talking about someone that people won't know. Was it
Richard Talbot?
Was it Jay?
No.
Great friend of the show, Jay Lunt. I think in one of our classes, so we had to get into groups to do this stupid performance where we come on with introduce each other, being really over the top kind of thing. And I think one of the groups went outside because they had to come into the room. And one of them just went home.
Yes.
And his mates were like, sir, Jay's gone.
He never came back.
And we never saw him again.
Fair play to him.
If you're listening, Jay, that was quality.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I wish I'd done the same as you.
Oh.
But I guess, for all those people that kind of worrying about money and stuff and tuition fees, it is a graduate tax, isn't it? So, if it doesn't pay off and you don't get a really high paid job, you won't pay it back. So I wouldn't even worry about it.
To be fair, I think that's the only thing I hate about uni, because it's a good laugh, and still only that.
Go on. What was it?
Name.
Go on. Who is she?
That's it. Uni's pretty sick all round, apart from the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about bad teachers? We won't name names. We could just give them one. We could all just give them a Erin or something like that. Just like a general name. There was a teacher who I remember in third year. Second year. It was the end of second year, and I didn't get on. I didn't get on with the course anyway because I thought we'd finish for the year, and I was so excited to spend 5 months off just crafting sketches. But as I found out, we had a project to do. I was fuming, and the very first day of it, they were telling us what we were going to do our films about, and the drama class got given a comedy about something to do with America. I was like, that's class. What are we going to get? And we got told ours was about the Manchester riots. It was going to be a documentary, and I just went like that. And the teacher saw me do it straight away, and then hated me for the rest of that course. Could never earn my way back. We did eventually get ours changed to a comedy, but you know, everyone was just kissing bums.
Yeah, it was awful. I also had a terrible experience in that course. So on that module, I was ill. Like I had the flu for a week or two, and so I missed the first 4 days. And in that time, to be fair, we didn't actually get on to doing anything. No. They were just in the classroom and, you know, sorting things out, discussing. You know, for the first couple of days, as you said, you were doing a Manchester riots thing, and that changed. So they were giving out parts and stuff. And so because I was off, the teacher gave my part away. I came in and I had no part in the whole thing, and I was given the job as a runner. But there was so I had no acting role, and I had no technical role. I think the most I did on one day was that we were on the park and we needed an apple for one of the scenes, and they forgot to bring an apple, so I went to the Spar to buy an apple. That was it.
It was such a piss.
And there were some days that I literally was like, I'm not going in. I'm not needed. And so I think I spoke to her about it and everything. I remember in my review, I got a 2-2. It was like, this was a bit of a non-starter for you, wasn't it, Tom? You fucking think? I mean, I put it out from day one. You do realise I have no role and nothing to grade me on. Can I please have something to do? And it's like, you know, you've got to make the best of what you've got. I have nothing to. Oh, anyway, just so yeah, that was the worst part of uni for me, and it was purely dependent on the teachers. And our course was they were making it up as they went along. We had. I mean, there was a couple.
Still like that now, to be fair.
Max, did that teacher like you?
She hated me. I mean, the funny thing about the course was there were full modules that I just never went to. The Arto's Theatre of Pain thing, never went to. Yeah. It got to the point where if I went
that doesn't show with your acting though.
But with that one, I think I missed the first couple of lessons with the errands class.
Yeah.
If that's the name we're giving her. And I think I rocked up with a pair of sunglasses on, which she did not take time to. I was given the role of continuity guy, which was ridiculous because that's such a shit. I don't understand that whole module at all because I didn't get into the comedy course just to learn how to do continuity. Oh, that clock, you need to rewind that clock about 5 minutes. You know, fill that glass of water up. What a load of wank. So I just kept screaming continuity every 10 minutes, just to get my voice heard, I think. And she ended up booting me off it, I think.
Oh.
I can't remember.
I mean, this is how ridiculous it was, though. Like, kind of, if you were gay on that course, you could do no wrong.
Which is why I thought she'd like.
Yeah, she was a great. Well, to give it, I mean, we won't name names. You know, we'll call him Fatty Brown Squirts. But a member of our class, you wouldn't have necessarily thought he was gay to begin with. When you first met him, he's not the most camp guy. So I think he did nothing. I think he had a similar job to you, Max. He might have been continuity as well. But I remember he was doing nothing. And there was one day of filming, he was just sat on the Xbox, and she had a big go at him, and she really didn't like him. And then another day, the same day that we were at the park with the apple, she found out that he was gay, and all of a sudden he could do no wrong, and ended up getting a really good mark.
I know exactly what teacher you're on about, and she really likes me. So, hang on.
Oh.
Is this true?
But yeah,
now.
But to get,
Jenna, I'm not gay.
Yeah, I'm not gay. She just marks the 2-1 to a 2.
Yeah, so
you know that video project you had to do all that.
Oh,
yeah,
awful.
See,
no.
In our video project, I got sacked on the first day by a cameraman because he was like, right, can you set up the camera? I set it all up, and he went, can you press record? And I pressed record, but I left the lens cap on. So all these shoots that were taking fucking ages. I was like, I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Why is it black? Why is it black?
Surely he would know.
I pressed record. It was just filming black.
Oh, David.
So I lost that job. But then we sacked our director, so it was.
Oh yeah, I was involved in that.
Yeah, you won. You won.
Because I was speaking to your flatmate James, and he said, "Oh, we're doing the video project." I was like, "Oh God," and then he said, "The director has made this video," and he sent me a link to it. So I clicked on the video and created an account called James Ormrod and commented saying, "Which pussy made this?" Unbeknownst to me, he was already in trouble with that with the director, and then the director saw this and was so upset by it that James got called into the office. Yeah, that different teachers had to go at him.
Do you not remember Ryan, who you'll all know well? He was the director for one of the. So Ryan was he was so keen in this project that he was loved by the teacher for his keenness, and he was taking it dead seriously. And I think one afternoon of shooting when she wasn't there to oversee it, and Ryan was directing, the big boy, and I think so they'd set the scene up, and I think they might someone stupid on camera or whatever. And they got back to the footage and they realised the camera had been pointing at the ceiling. And I think it only just got people's heads and was missing half the shot. And I was there in the room when they realised. And his heart just sank and he was absolutely furious with himself. he was absolutely mortified. But I think then we had a meeting and he apologised to the whole group. And it didn't matter, he still got first anyway. Fucking hell.
It was a mess. I mean, who has made more videos than me, Tom and Max? Since we've put in the hard yards.
And to be fair, Tom does get us a lot of apples, which
that's true.
Yeah. You need it.
Let's move on to. Oh, sorry.
No, go on. It won't really.
I was going to say. Let's move on to another segment. This one is, of course, IMAX. Who's clapping?
Favourite.
Oh no! Come on, Max. What film?
So hit and miss this.
Well, what we'll do is because we can't see Max. Max, we'll give you
the benefit of the doubt.
You just tell us when you've started and stopping your IMAX, and then we'll have some feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the start. Today we're talking Legally Blonde.
Oh.
Hey!
Hold for applause, great. Legally Blonde is the story of Elle, a lady who was in... Elle? Come on, mate. This is my time.
Philip.
Yeah, we all done?
Sorry, no, it's because I can't see you, so I'm just... Yeah.
Yeah. So Elle
Max, just get on with it.
I keep getting fucking interrupted every 2 minutes.
No, you're not. Don't worry. It's just a delay. Go on. You got this.
Okay, cool. Right, Elle lives in America. She's blonde. She's living a great life. She's got a boyfriend that she loves. But, oh no, the boyfriend is the son of some sort of senator or something. And he's like, I don't love you.
You should know.
I don't love you, don't want to be with you, you're not smart enough, bye. And he goes to Harvard to do law. She's like, I'm going to prove and show that I love him and go to Harvard and so he'll love me back. Blah, blah, blah. She gets to Harvard, does all that stuff. She wins a big case and then she finds out that he's a bit of a knobhead. And she paves her own way and does her own thing.
What was in the case?
The case was murder, most foul.
Ooh.
Some guy got killed. Sure. Some guy got killed by, everyone thinks his wife, but it turns out that it wasn't his wife, it was his daughter.
Yeah.
How can you say getting a degree from Harvard is doing some stuff? You got to put more emphasis on that. That's a big thing.
In the broadest sense of the term, it is doing some stuff. But she's. I don't want to bog you down with the details. I'm just trying to get through.
No, God forbid IMAX has details.
And you sure you watched the film?
I have a copious amount of notes here. Go on.
From what you said, it sounds like a drama.
Yeah.
No, it's more of a comedy.
Right, okay. I guess we'll take your word for it.
There are a lot of jokes, a lot of fun to be had with the film.
Could you Could you say what was your favourite bits about it?
Yeah, of course. Probably like her winning the case. That sort of made you feel good.
What, her winning the case or like her winning the case?
I see what you're doing. You're trying to make this a train wreck. But no, I won't allow you to. She wins the case.
So I really don't mean to derail you. So you've given us a brief plot description. So let's have your review.
Right, it's good. You know, a lot of people will probably look at this film and say things like, "Oh, it's all right."
I can hear you clicking.
You planned this all along.
Max, the fact that you've got access to Google and you've still fucked it up.
I have actually seen the film.
That's reassuring. I promise.
So what's the turning point in the relationship? Because she said she thinks he's a dickhead all of a sudden.
So, right, she's madly in love with him. She's willing to go to Harvard and study law for him.
Yeah.
And then, about halfway through, he's like, "Oh, you're going to do so well. I'm falling in love with you again." But he's already got another fiancée.
So I'm falling in love with you again. Did they fall out of love?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's alright, okay.
He leaves her.
Yeah,
Right.
he leaves him.
He thinks he's too good for her.
Okay, so he doesn't show his true colours at that point. It's later.
No.
So we still think he's not a dick when he leaves her for being stupid.
No, we think he's a dick then.
Right,
I think
okay.
he's a dick then, but you know, you sort of like.
And then we learn that he's a dick all over again.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's just
You
a
need
big
a
learning
bigger
curve.
dick.
And
Double
we're so relieved that she doesn't go back to him.
Yeah, we're so relieved.
Good
and
for
so
her.
happy. Yeah.
My question is, what's the underlying theme?
That's such
Good
a good
point,
question, Dave. Thank you for asking.
I can hear keys being tight.
Nothing about white supremacy or...
You would think so. You would think so.
Max, it sounds like there's a long delay on this for you. Is everything okay there?
So I'm just going through some stuff.
Not like your underwear.
Basically, a lot of people would probably think the film's about, you know, live your own life, you know, pave your
Don't
own
assume.
path. That's so true. But obviously, you know me. I've got my own thoughts and feelings on
Google's a minefield, isn't it?
Not on Google, mate. I'm on Zoom. Basically, oh fuck me.
Accidentally closed the tab.
It's about white supremacy.
Sorry, go on. You were saying you had your own thoughts.
It's just so... Roger Ebert never had to deal with some knobhead in the audience going, "Oh, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?" Human, mate. Underlying theme, sure. It's about being blonde and having a good time. I guess.
Is it not about sexism?
Yeah, that's not really the underlying theme. That's just like the theme on the top. You know, that's.
Right.
Okay, that was IMAX.
What a barnstormer!
Great stuff there.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Oh, somebody's at my door. I best
That's
go see who it
unprofessional.
is.
Okay, no worries.
Especially in
Do
this
the podcast,
quarantine.
mate.
I wonder what he's getting dressed into.
Hello, boys and girls.
Ooh, hello.
Oh, I know that voice.
Only me.
Guys, we have been joined by Connor Dee.
Connor Dee!
Who was...
Connor Dee.
I was
he was
your teacher back in first year. Remember?
For video project.
Yeah, Connor Dee was the head of our comedy writing and performance course. Dave,
Yeah?
you still have him, don't you?
Oh, Connor Dee, yeah, he's still going.
All right,
How you
Dave.
doing, sir? You all
Yeah,
right?
not bad.
You all
How's the
right?
quarantine treating you, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
You having a
bad.
sick
Missed
time?
our lesson.
Sick. Get it? Yeah,
Connor,
you don't-
Connor, have you got...
Comedy.
I don't teach this stuff. Well, I do. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Comedy, mate. Comedy.
Connor,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
your accent seems to have changed. Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's obviously the quarantine and it's all this coronavirus. You know,
Obviously.
Obviously, I've sucked so many strepsils, my throat's going all dry and numb. I can't feel it.
I'm all out of spit, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
It sounds like you're showing symptoms, Connor. Have you thought about getting yourself to a hospital?
Yeah, they won't allow me in. And anyway, laughter's the best medicine, isn't it?
And anyway, we just breezed past why you're not allowed in the hospital.
sorry. Maybe can we come back to that? That seems really serious.
My wife's dead. And anyway.
You just always look on the bright side, don't you, Connor?
Always got to
They've left me here to die, but I'm still happy.
And anyway, I'm going to knock on Max Smith's door before the student pop in his room whilst it's empty.
Don't worry, boys. I'm wearing my bubble boy suit. I'm all good. Anyway, how are you?
Sir, if you don't mind us asking you a few questions, how old are you?
Well, of course, I'm only 37.
You're only 37.
Only 37 years young, that's what I say. anyway.
I mean, that is your age, that is what you would say.
Connor, when did you start
That's what it says on my birth
teaching?
certificate. What?
When did you start teaching?
Well, about... anyway, I've been doing it all my life, haven't I?
That's what I say.
That's my catchphrase, is it? It's bob on. When have I started teaching in a professional sense, you ask? Probably about 10 years ago when I was a 27-year-old man. 27 years young, as I like to say.
Connor, you're quite young to be the head of a course for a university. What's your secret
it's a comedy
to
degree,
success?
isn't it? Any no one could do this job, couldn't they? Dave could probably do it if he wanted to. Good job, Dave.
I'm alright.
Is that a joke, Connor?
Kidding.
Actually, I will.
Yeah, always laughing me, innit? Always having a joke and a laugh. Just trying to teach you kids a few things about comedy.
Connor, what are your 3 secrets or 3 tips,
Three
lessons
tips
that
to
you would
comedy.
give?
Yeah. Okay. Always leave them laughing. If you're not enjoying it yourself, why do it? That's why I
Love
always
that
have
phrase.
fun. Third one, probably like just have a good time in it.
And do you have any secrets generally?
I killed my wife anyway. Quarantine's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Dave or Tom, do you have any questions?
Yes, Connor. Obviously, you know, even as a teacher, I imagine you're learning all the time. I wondered if you had, if you could tell me your greatest achievement as a teacher, but also your greatest learning curve / failure, if you like.
Okay, that's a good question. That's why I always gave you the 2-1, mate. You always gave you a good mark, didn't I? I always treated you
did,
right,
Connor.
boy.
What are the first?
Greatest achievement in my life, probably teaching you a thing or two, yeah? Do you remember when you started, you couldn't tell a gag, could you? You couldn't tell a single gag, and then I taught you, put you under my
That's
wing.
true.
Look at you
If
now,
I say so myself.
joking non-stop. Tell me a joke. Go on, Tom.
No, Connor, I wouldn't want to upstage you.
Looks like you failed as a teacher there, Connor Dee.
Well, I guess that is my biggest failure then, yeah?
Oh, wow. Fair play.
Oh,
You're
wow.
his biggest failure, Tom?
And success.
Is it only,
A gift
is
to
it
a
only
Connor-
uni teaching
Sorry?
you do, Connor? Is it only uni teaching you do?
No, I do a few courses down at the Undertakers, mate.
Down at the what?
Undertakers?
Yeah, I know a few things about cleaning up dead bodies. After my wife and all that anyway. Got a question there, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, Connor Dee. Moving on briskly. Have you taught any pupils that have gone on to great things?
Well, if you watch the old internet, if you watch the old YouTubes, yeah. There's one really funny kid that I taught, James Ormrod. Really funny guy. Really
Still
funny.
teaching him, aren't you?
Fucking
The
cracker.
legend.
Well, to be fair, there's nothing else I can teach him. He's teaching me in a way. Yeah, not the Francos. Great show, great channel. Yeah.
What's
What
your
else?
favourite video of theirs?
Probably the basement one. They were in the basement talking. Well, funny.
Dave,
that, mate.
Dave,
That's
Dave,
not
have you
our
got...
video.
Oh.
See,
Max.
Max is gone, mate.
So Max, he's there. He's not there. Anyway, Connor, what do you say to those who say those who can't teach?
What?
The saying those who can't teach.
No, that's what I say. I say what? I say what? What are you talking about, you fucking idiot? Look at me. I'm giggling away. Everyone's laughing at me. With me, sorry.
It's just you, Connor.
This is really sad.
Yeah. It's clear that quarantine has got the best of Connor Dee here.
Connor. What would you usually do on your day, Connor? What can't you do?
Oh, I'll probably wake up, I'll do some marking, I'll go into class and have a good laugh with the kids.
That was Connor Dee there. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Let me just see yourself out.
See you later, Connor.
Bye.
Well, right.
No.
that was
Such a three-dimensional character is that Connor Dee.
I feel like he spoke to Dave first and then maybe mimicked his voice a little bit. Well, that's Connor Dee. He's a comedian. So, Tom, should we move on to put it to the max?
Yeah. Have we got Max back in the room?
I'm back.
Fantastic.
You got to put a lock on that door, mate.
Right then. Okay. Put it to the max. Are we ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first one here is. Well, I'll just read it all out. Hi, Stephen, Tom, Max, and Dave. My name's Saf. I'm a 22-year-old female from London. She just wanted to say, she wanted to take the opportunity to say that she loves the podcast, and she was surprised to learn that Stephen had trouble getting girls before Zoe because you're really cute, and clearly all the girls in St Helens are blind.
And inbred.
Yeah. And Zoe is absolutely gorgeous and a real catch.
Didn't catch
There we go. We'll edit that out.
Thank you.
Okay, so right, here's my problem. I'd like to put it to the max. I wasn't the most confident in school, and I haven't had a boyfriend or romantic encounter of any kind.
I'll shag you.
I suppose it's because I like shy guys, or no one wants me. So Max, do you think that I am missing out on something and having... Do you think I'm missing out on something having never had a boyfriend or girlfriend before? Or is this the whole romantic dating thing hyped up by the movies and a lot of nonsense? Lots of slashes, very, very difficult to read there. Basically, she's saying, is she missing out by not having a girlfriend or boyfriend?
I'll say hi to my friends Sam and James. Hi, Sam and James.
Hi, Sam and James. Yeah.
Hello there, Sam and James. Have you already sent your dick pic, Tom? Because that would be my answer first of all.
That's a callback joke. The joke was in the previous bit, Max.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ah, devastating. Okay. You edit that out.
So Max, what would you say? We'll
cut the setup to it. So there's just no context at all. Connor Dee's rubbing off on you.
Okay. Literally, if you look at the webcam.
Just that shot.
Oh, I got my first. Yeah, sure. Are you missing out? Of course you're missing out. But, you're only, what, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got enough, stay single for a while, do all the stuff you want to do, and then, get one later on in life.
Max, you've experienced the perks of dating and being single. What would you say are the positives to both?
Being single, you're a free agent, do what you want.
So free.
Dating, there is another person, but it's good spending time with them. It's tough. I'm probably the worst person to ask about this. Stephen, I'm going to throw it to you.
So she likes shy guys.
Oh, that's going to be tough to find a shy guy.
It's not. You can't go out to a nightclub and find them.
No.
Well, maybe you could, but I guess the internet's a good place to find people that are shy because they're going to act
them out.
Yeah.
Like that 4-year-old.
They're all on chat roulette.
Is being romantic hyped up? It is a little bit cliche.
Yeah.
Romance. People do see. Yeah, people see what goes on in the movies, and they want to replicate it in real life. It's not all that, but I don't know. There's no rush to find someone, and when you do,
people will never tell you the negative side. People will never advertise that on their social media, whatever, or brag about how that side of things. But there are two sides. There are pros and cons to everything. Just wait, and it will happen naturally for you. Don't force the issue.
Just remember that in the medieval times, they couldn't have sex until they were married. So you can have sex whenever you like. and just always look on the bright side of life. You're thinking, oh,
that's true.
I'll get anything now, but back then your dad would have probably forced you to marry someone. So, what would you prefer?
That's Dave there, bringing the realism to this. we beat around the bush. Dave lies in the bush and says, "Feed me, I'm hungry."
Okay, so this person has asked not to have his name shared. Okay, hi guys, massive fan by the way, love you all.
Cheers, Charlie.
So I'm set on my dream. I wanted to be in the military and eventually join the special forces. However, a couple of my family are very anti and don't want me to sign up. I have planned my whole life around this and don't know what to do. Cheers.
So,
Bradley.
Max, what are you saying?
Okay. Just do what you want. You know, the military's always going to be there, and it's you fighting for freedom. I don't know. This is a big question.
And this is a big segment, and it seems like your heart's not in it sometimes, Max.
Should we turn to Stephen Wise?
Yeah, sure.
So, being in the military, you know, fair play to you for having the dream to do it. Oh, obviously, you know the ramifications and the risks involved, I'm sure. But if you still have your heart set on doing it, don't let your family stop you. There's always going to be other people with opinions, and everyone's different. They may try and talk you out of it, but it's just their own worries and insecurities in life. And you say they're very anti. Who cares about antis? You know, focus on other members.
Yeah.
My advice would be just to remember back in the medieval times that
everyone went to war.
Everyone went to war.
People had to wait to have sex.
So let them know about that.
Yeah. Tom?
Well, obviously, if you have a dream, don't let anything stand in your way. It is a big commitment, and I think especially when you have kind of opposing forces, people saying different things in your lives.
Literally opposing forces.
Yeah, it can be very difficult making these big decisions when you're under stress. You don't want to do it or not do it for the wrong reasons. So I don't know if you're young enough. Like, as Max said, it's always going to be there. Why don't you just go travelling for a bit? You know, go and find yourself. Obviously, wait until lockdown's over. But just go away for a few months. Be on your own with your own thoughts, and when you maybe go
to Syria.
Yeah. And also, I have had friends that have been in the military, and I've done it for a few years, loved it, and I've gone on, you know, then left and gone and done other things. It's not a commitment for life. It's a commitment, yeah, granted for a short space, you know, a few years, but it's not for life.
Join the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay home, and stay humble. I've been Stephen Tries. That was Tom Cooney, joined by David Rees, Max Smith,
Hello there.
and Joe McGrath.
Yeah. And Connor Dee, of course.
Oh, Connor Dee.
Dee.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Until next time.